Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show. Today, we're going to be painting, I guess?
Yes, that's right, folks. Tonight we're working on the Archon Studios Dwarven Forge, not Dwarven Forge,
Mine.
Dwarven Mine, sorry, wrong company. Yeah, that's right, the Dwarven Mine for the Dungeons and Lasers 2 expansion. And we've done a bunch of different things here. We've got lava, we've got water. Oh my god. Sorry, folks, we're not on our A game tonight. I was toying with making this ice, but the little guy here thinks I should hold off on that until we get some more. So I will show you how I did the water effect. And then we've got your basic, Dwarven Mines, but we're gearing all of the Dwarven Mines stuff either to the lava to go along with the sewers that we're getting. With clear, we're planning on
making... You mean the lava rooms?
Yeah, the lava rooms and the sewer set. And the rest of the mines we're actually gearing toward our Shadows of Brimstone games, trying to make them look, more like southwestern, gold mines.
Or coal or whatever else it was.
Yeah, whatever they were, mining. It was usually gold.
Yeah, gold.
But to go with our Shadows of Brimstone games, instead of going with like the grays and the blues and things like that, we've seen a lot of people do a lot of different things on Facebook and elsewhere with their Dwarven Mine sets, and we wanted to show you guys how we're doing it. We also saw some cool other ideas, but we're only going to be getting 6 more sets with the rapid delivery. That'll give us 8 total. And to be honest, if I had 20, it would probably not be enough to do what we're hoping to do with Shadows of Brimstone, and mixing all the other elements like we're showing you here. So let's get started. I used once again our famous apple barrel 20-year-old neon orange for the lava. Gave it 2 coats, very thin coats. Let that yellow show through. As you can see, you can still see the yellow and the orange, but it really gives a nice lava effect. And the little guy's going to be using the Army Painter brush. You want to grab that?
Yes.
You can use the small one.
Yes.
And when doing this, like I told him earlier, you really, really, really want to get as much paint off the brush as possible. It's better to err on the side of caution and have to give it 2 or 3, dry brushings. Even after I dry brushed it, I did go over and touch it up with the Vallejo Basic Black to get it just a little bit darker. And after that, we'll hit it up with maybe some ash gray around the edges. But I kind of like the way it looks now. I don't think it really needs that. And he's going to be doing that. Shake it up good. You got your palette over there. Make sure you scrape it and wipe as much of that off as possible. What do you think I should start with?
Scrape it because the brush is too small.
That's what I did, actually.
You scraped it on this?
I scraped it, yeah.
No, I mean on
the edge. I scraped it, then I wiped it on the paper.
I don't think this is necessary.
What do you think I should start with? The water or basic mines?
I mean, the way I think is that the water should be able to be easily integrated into being part of this, so that you just have one that has some water in it.
Right. But do you think I should paint show them how I did the blue, or go right into the Dwarven Mine?
I don't know, do you think this is enough?
Oh, that's maybe too much, but watch your cuff there. Give it a try and see what happens.
Why does it always happen? If there's a tiny spike, I will just happen to...
Step on it?
Yeah. If there's a tiny thing that I can't touch, or don't want to touch, I will touch it, even if it's just with one finger. No matter how small it is.
Start on the edges and work your way around, go like in a circle is what I did. Okay, I'm going to just...
yeah, I definitely did too much.
Yeah. I'm going to go and start with the water. Basically, I started with apple barrels, golden brown. This is going to be for the rocks around the edges and even in the pools. Good shake. And with apple barrel paints, I don't really I don't squirt them out. I just use the cup, the cap.
Oh, no.
You'll see. If you make a mistake, we can go back over it and fix it. I will use.
Okay, is this good enough?
Try it out. Like I said, you're gonna have to go over it a couple of times.
Yeah, you don't want it to be
Too much or too little.
when too little. You can always just go back over it again.
Yeah. With the water, I'm just scraping off on the edge because I don't want too much. I can always go back over it. Yes, that's too much. Just dry brushing. Also note around these edges, there's this little border here. I really like to make sure I get that, so it really, like I've said before, it frames the whole piece of terrain, so that you can see the edges. Just like when I do the wash, I make sure I get a nice heavy drizzle down here to accentuate the grid that's built in. A lot of people would rather just camouflage that, but I really want to be, you have to look at it from 3 to 5 feet away, and I think it's just better to, be able to see it. And when you're dry brushing this terrain, also, you really want to have a very strong angle for the dry brush so that you don't get in those little cracks, especially, these little rocks. I am going to actually get paint on the edges, as you can see here, but that just, as you can see over here, I kind of muddied up the water and made it kind of dirty looking. It almost turns green when you add the blue wash.
I don't see it green, I see it as brownish blue.
And with all of this, if you get a little bit, in the areas you don't want, like if it gets a little black in the lava, that just looks, a little bit more realistic, so it's not so perfect, perfectly orange or perfectly black or perfectly blue, depending on the area what you're painting. But you want to get, if you're using a brush like this, at kind of a strong angle. I don't know if it's a 45 or 90 degree angle. You have to break out some tools and measure it, but
Okay, and pour some more black.
okay.
Is that enough?
Oh gosh, that's a lot, but yeah.
Not really. I mean, that's what I'm doing. I wouldn't say it's a lot at all.
Okay. I just glanced over at it. I'm just going to do this one piece, let it dry, and go on over to show you how I did the actual mines. I'm going to call them the Western style mines from now on, just to make it easy, folks. Because
Even if it's not 100% accurate?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they call it Dwarven, but it just it's too perfect not to be used in a Western style game like Shadows of Brimstone. I do have some actual. It's a wooden set. It's an old Kickstarter that is literally wood, made out of MDF wood, and it's an old Western mine set that I have yet to put together. But it's
Okay.
all. It's looking perfect. You may want to use a little detail brush later to get any white, make that white go away. But I would just either go on to the next piece, or maybe start and show them how we did the walls. Because we used a couple of different colors than you might expect for the walls that we want to sort of designate as the lava walls, if you will, for the lava area. That's hopefully going to tie into.
Yeah, I'll just go over with a detail brush later on.
Hopefully it'll tie in with what we're doing next month. Not going to give you any hints, even though I feel like I just kind of did.
You were incredibly subtle. Might as well.
Along with wisdom from old age, I think subtlety. I think it goes out the window while you get your wisdom and your dad jokes.
Well, I mean,
You'll see someday.
you
You'll get there.
practically said what it was, while also trying to say that you don't want to say what something was.
Yeah.
So I think you might as well either not give any hints because they're too obvious.
Well, let's see if people can guess.
I mean, this time that
Leave
one
it up to you folks. You
might
leave
not
a
have
comment.
been very obvious.
Leave something in the comment if you think you know what we're doing next month, because we've got kind of a departure from the last 2 months. Not saying that we didn't enjoy the high seas. I personally had a blast with it. And anything that has to do with sailing ships and underwater encounters and all that is just it's a,
Okay, is this good?
oh wow, you did that one fast. I guess you picked that up from the first one. And
So do I do this one now?
What do you want to do? You want to hit up one of the doors, or do you want to?
Yeah, I'll do one of the doors.
Okay.
Are you gonna watch this off? Or?
I have a cup of water here. Sorry for the close-up, folks. What do you want to use? Okay, let's show them what we did. Is that we'll put the doorway down so they can actually see it. Next one. This is actually rough iron. It's not a wood color, but it is kind of a metallic brown. If you can see that.
Nice.
She owed me another Coke.
Yeah, well,
Imagine that,
I'll give you one.
I don't drink Coke, so it doesn't matter. And this is weapon bronze with a soft tone wash over it. But I really wanted to try out this rough iron. We've had it for a while, and
Those are used it many times.
not really that much though.
You mean once?
Yeah, I think this will.
No, we used it on the iron golems.
Oh, you're right, we did. I almost wish we would have used that on Belial somehow. I think that would have, maybe for the scenery around him or something.
I mean, it's kind of almost a metallic brown.
Yeah, I don't know how else to describe it. I didn't know what to expect when I ordered it, and at first I'm like, what am I going to use this for? And we were trying to find uses for it, and I think this kind of works to.
We also used it on the magma fiends, which when he was ordering a magma giant, spoilers, he got a magma giant. He actually ordered magma fiends.
Which I already had, so now we've got 24 of them now.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever encounter that many while playing Shadows of Brimstone. I hope to God not.
Yeah, they're not good.
They're not fun at all. They're kind of.
Not fun.
They're funny looking. I will say that. I almost to the point of being almost cute, for lack of a better word.
I don't understand your plane.
Okay, and as you see right here, I'm just kind of smudging a little bit of brown around the edges just to give it a little bit of more realistic 3D effect. And I'll come back and hit that up with the wash. I just want that to dry a little bit more thoroughly. And I'm going to move on to showing you guys how we did our basic dungeon floors. First, started with a black floor. Sorry, just trying to clean up that brush real quick. And then I hit it with this golden brown, which I've already done. And then I gave it a liberal. No, actually I didn't. I did the terracotta next. Then I dry brushed it with terracotta. This is an interesting color. I used it for our mine entrance a couple months back, and it really sort of matched the natural rocks that we were using, don't you think?
Perhaps.
And when I had to do that one rock that was plastic, that had the pickaxe up against it, it was a stretch goal piece that I added as part of the main piece of terrain. And now you get to watch me do some more dry brushing, but this will be quick because it's just around the edges. Well, that was too, wasn't it? But I hit the terracotta over the main rocks.
Maybe I shouldn't be doing the other side.
No, definitely. As you notice, I haven't done the other sides of any of these pieces, especially the floors. Because with a lot of the pieces, they're reversed on one side, like, give you an example, like this wall here, it's,
Different.
on one side it's that, and on the other side it's that. So I just did one side. But I really like this terracotta for matching our actual indigenous.
That looks very different. That's a very different color. This is terracotta?
No, this is matching that.
Oh, you're gonna put terracotta on this?
Yes. Where we live, they're the natural rocks all over the place have this sort of color.
Well, they're very different colors. Some are white.
Yes, we do have a lot of quartz crystal, which the little guy is really fond of.
Yes, I may or may not have made a video on one of my channels still just showing off quartz, but we do not speak of it.
Okay. And a lot of our neighbors have actually started putting quartz rocks in all of their front yards for some reason. It's like a new trend. We have like 2 or 3 neighbors that have done that.
Maybe they like shiny rock.
Actually, one of our neighbors just took out his rocks and replaced them with actual grass. But okay. And as that dries, I will go on to a piece that's already had that done to it, which is the doorway. And with the doorway, we found that if you're not careful, I did everything differently here, but once I added the soft tone to it, it turned out like this, and everything looks the same, does it not? It's like hard to tell the wood from the rocks. So I had to hit up the wood with desert yellow, which I'll do here. I'll show you guys on this doorway for the wood section, because all the mixing of similar colors netted us with a almost uniform look, which I was not expecting. Once it dried, I was like, that all looks identical. And with these wood planks and beams on these pieces, I find that if you go very strongly against the grain while you're dry brushing, it really prevents it from getting in those cracks, because you really don't want that to happen.
Okay, it's done.
You want to do the bronze now? You didn't do the bronze in the corner. You missed one. I did the same thing. See that one?
You did all of those.
No, when I was painting one of these pieces with bronze, I actually missed this a corner.
Was that same corner? Because I know that you did the bronze on that one.
Yeah, but I missed a corner, and I was looking at all my finished work, and
Was
I'm
it
like,
that one corner?
I'm pretty sure it is, because I think I was holding it in my left hand, and my left hand was obscuring the fact that I didn't see it, and therefore I didn't paint it, which is really bad.
Oh, it's been painted now.
Show the camera.
I just don't use another coat.
Maybe if you lay it flat, it'll work better in front of the camera. No, I'm not going to do that. Camera, get a nice good look at that. And once he does the soft tone wash, when it dries, it'll really look interesting and more realistic metal-wise.
Wait, that's the mistake brush, right?
It doesn't matter. With this, I noticed that if I made any mistakes, I easily hid them with the washes, so I wouldn't worry about any mistake brush action. The only place I might have made mistakes were those corner pieces here, where I could just go over with the wash and it would hide it, because the mistakes were usually along the edges where the silver or the bronze meets the wood planking. You wanna do the wash on here?
Which wash?
The blue.
On thing?
Pretty much. Well, I mean, I try to avoid, these big spots, but I just basically sort of traced it in the little gaps, the little...
And did you give the whole thing a blue wash?
Well, everything except, like I said, these big centerpieces of the rock.
Or what about the interior pieces of the rock?
I covered those. Look here.
Like this?
You can see I actually just dropped it right on the center.
This?
Yep. It'll pool off and still leave a little bit, but not so much that it looks more blue than brown.
If that's the blue wash, I might still need it.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't think I have enough.
Okay, I just wanted to get it out of the camera's way. We've got a bit of a crowded table here tonight because we wanted to show you a whole bunch of different things. Similar to one of our very first videos, wasn't it, when we showed your very first time at dry brushing, wasn't it?
Oh, did I dry brush on the things I did before?
No, I don't think you did. The elementals?
Yeah.
No, I think it was your first time dry brushing, and it was on camera when we were doing like the Warlock's Altar and some of the other pieces for the original Dungeons and Lasers first edition sets that we got, which seems like a long time ago for us, but believe it or not, it's almost approaching our 1 year anniversary, which will be the 6th of next month. We'll have been doing this 1 whole year, and we're really happy you guys are stuck with us, because we've had a lot of fun. We hope you guys have too. We have a lot more planned for the next year. I was telling I believe it was Nigel, that we've got a lot planned for this upcoming year.
You do, I know.
We both do.
Mm.
You mentioned a few things, and we really want to step it all up this year. Maybe do some outside videos once everything gets back to normal.
Oh, that's what you did?
Yeah. It happens if you don't really be careful with it through dry brushing and wipe it off. And with this color, I'm going to have to do a second coat anyways. But I'm trying not to get in those cracks, those wood grains, but it's inevitable. Archon really did a good job with their wood grain on their scenery, but I'm sure other people have noticed it's going to happen. I mean, maybe that you're going to get paint in the wood grain lines. That looks really good.
Mm.
And then after I let this dry, I'll hit it up again. Let's see if I can go and show you one that's already had this done to it. There we go, this one here. And since I don't know what's going to happen, let's find out on camera. I'm going to hit it with a soft tone and see if that doesn't turn it all back to what I was trying to avoid in the first place. Sorry, excuse my hands there, folks. But I'm going to hopefully, let's just try a little bit so we don't mess it
Okay, I
up.
think this is done.
That's very, very watery. You think we should hit this with a clear coat when we're done? A gloss, like one of the brush-ons?
Maybe. Depends.
Oh, I already did that one. You can do that one. Actually,
Where did you do the thing?
yeah, I did that one, but I didn't do that one. Or maybe I did, but it doesn't.
No,
look like...
you did the edges of it.
Oh, okay. It doesn't look like it's changing the color. What do you think, Bob?
That does change the color.
But I mean, does it change it so like that?
Oh, the wash?
Yeah, right here.
No, that looks different.
Because everything just like blended together, and it just looked like I was using one color, and that's not what I was shooting for. There we go. That's looking good. Still looks like desert yellow underneath, sort of a pine look to it instead of oak.
Okay, is it good?
Okay, we're good.
I think I have finished all the things I was going to work on.
Okay, let me just finish this one wall, and we will call it a night and let you folks get back to your regularly scheduled programming. Hopefully, when this all dries, it won't be the same color.
Hopefully.
Because
It's similar, but it's
you can definitely see the difference. The terracotta is what I was trying to maintain for the rock color, and I don't know how that just happened. A whole bunch of different browns and what have you, and then the soft tone, and everything was all the same, monotonous color. Just trying to use up that last little bit that's in the palette, because we do not like to waste paint in this house. Alright folks, there you have it, a whole bunch of different ideas to dress up your dwarven mines and make them look less dwarven. No offense to you dwarf fans out there. I just
He doesn't like dwarves.
I don't like dwarves. I just like Western themed things just a little bit more.
By a little, you know what?
Well, okay. So, hope you guys had fun. Hope you guys learned a couple of things. If you have any ideas that you did with your dwarven mines, please let us know in the comment section. I'd love to hear them. Like I said, I've got 6 more sets coming in the mail with the rapid delivery. Hopefully it'll get here before the end of next month, because people started receiving their tracking numbers already, and hopefully Archon, if you're watching this, you'll bump us to the front of the line. Not really, because it's already been about a week they started shipping. But thanks everybody. Have a great week. Oh my God, I just had to wait till the end. So, from all of us here at Shadow and Sun, have a great week, and we will see you guys Thursday. Is that right, bud?
Yes.
For one more craft video, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
Anyways, that's the end of the video. Good night.